party. Look, we might as well party. It's raining outside. Where you going? Where you at? What you doing? Just party no matter
The
what.
only person that's out in the rain is Charlie.
Charlie.
Pretty much so. And I probably the worst part to be in. I'm out here in Wardorf. I'm like, oh my God, I feel like I'm in what do you call it? What do you call the Wiz?
Oh, the Wizard.
Oh, yeah.
Over
the rainbow. Oh, Kansas? Kansas.
Yeah, I feel like I'm in Kansas somewhere. All this.
You in Waldorf, girl.
I'm in real Wardorf.
Waldorf.
Yeah.
Honey, look, when it rains here, it pours there. It's a whole different dynamic in the weather.
So true. So true. I'm like, Lord, be with me. Okay. They're like, I mean, I'm seeing cows fly and, horses. I'm just kidding. Everything is good.
Everything is good. I know. Well, you know what? This is, the day that we're going to be talking about a lot of things. There's so much is going on. I mean, a lot of things is popping up, pop everywhere, all over this city, and a lot of events is going on. So we're going to dive into that today. But today is our entrepreneurship segment, which this is your day, Peg. What's up, girl?
Oh, honey, still working it.
I know you're still working it. I see that pen in your hand, and when you have that pen in your hand, that means you are at work.
And look what color it is.
I know it fits right in. I know that's so funny. I know, but this is a great God day. No matter what it is, sunshine or rain or whatever the weather, we're still going to weather the storm and everything that comes our way. Because hey, thank God we're here.
We're going to bring the sunshine.
We're going to bring the sunshine. Right. We always do our laughter, our fun, our wonderful, beautiful sisters that we're going to have coming on today. That's showing us so much love just to be a part. So, hey, guys, just join us. Put some hearts up, likes up, share. Let everybody know that we're on today, 4SistersLIVE. And, of course, we have our lovely Kathy Muhammad is sitting in for our lovely sister Lynn today. What's up, Kathy?
Hey, glad to be here.
We're so happy you're here. You all have joined and tuned in at the right time. You're not doing anything else, so just tell people join in. I mean, it's raining. Get your coffee, get your tea. What you sipping on? Sip on some good tea, while we sit up and pour some information into you today. We're going to just mix it up. A lot of things happening, like I said, and we just want to do some check-in. What's up in your world, girls? Like, what's up with you, Charlene? Because, girl, you just stay going. I don't know how you do it. This chick can get up and support everybody.
Yes.
I love you for that. So what are you doing? Tell us what's happening. Where are you?
Well, I was going to stay inside, but I'm at Couples Fest with Cynthia and James Green, who own a company called Marriage Built to Last. And every year they do something called Couples Fest, where they bring all these couples together to provide them with the resources they need to enhance their relationship. So you could be married, you could be single, you could be wanting to be married, right? So all that's good, but there's a lot of married folks in there, right? Okay. And they have like different resources like sex toys. I'm like, oh my God, I've never seen one that big. Okay. And,
yeah, Charlene, you're too young for that. So
I'm too young. No clue. Okay. Oh, I had no clue. I'm about to get a clue for $149. Okay. Okay. So they got clothes there. They got games here. They got things for you to entertain you. Books, of course. They have a sex therapist here, marriage counseling, Christian counseling, you name it. I mean, it's a whole list of people that are here to help you with your relationships and keep making it better. Or if you decide to get married, of course, I always suggest marriage counseling because, that nut may not be everything you thought he was meant to be. Okay. All right. So anyway, but that's what you're going to learn here. Right now they're having lunch and they're just enjoying themselves. So I was like, I'm stepping out and have lunch with my girls over here at 4SistersLIVE. So that's what's happening in my neck of the woods.
That's good. I think it's exciting there. Can anyone still attend or is it closed off?
Anyone can attend. You do have to pay, but you can go to Couples Fest Expo. That's couplesfestexpo.com, and you can still register or just register at the door. It is out here at Wardorf, Maryland. Yep, at Grace's Center, Grace's Event Center, Grace's Event Center. So come on out.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I think they're gonna last up until 3 o'clock today, and then they go home because I want to go home. Okay, I really want to go home. Okay.
Yeah, and
Get
cuddle
away
up
from this. Yes.
with your husband.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
right. You got it.
yeah.
And
Okay.
put in practice all the things you've learned.
Learn.
And the tools, Kathy. Come on now.
Oh, stick it now. You know, no hose barred in the I said balls. Oh my God.
Oh my.
All right, now.
Okay, I'm done. Moving right along. I was to no hose bar in your bedroom. So do what you gotta do, girl. It's all fun. It's all good. So have fun. Yeah. So tell Cynthia and her husband said hello. We sent our love.
Yes.
Yes.
Because
Yes.
I applaud them because they're always doing something to do what they're doing to make marriage last. And
Yes.
let it last. So I think it's a wonderful thing that they're doing, especially our cultural people. We need every day. We can't take for granted that we're all doing good. We all are not.
Yeah, but shout out. I forgot to shout out that Alicia Pryor is here. Her and her husband are representing. I'm so proud of them. So it's so good to see.
Yes, the business.
Sisters,
Yeah.
Network sisters are in the house, and Leah and Mona. So anyway, I just have to shout them out. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
No, that's all good because our sisters are doing it big. As Peggy say, they show up and show out all the time, no matter where we go, what's going on. These sisters will support. And I think it's just great. We need a lot of money in our bank accounts so we can keep up with all the events.
Yeah.
I'm working on a little something, guys, to kind of offset a little bit. So just stay with me. That's all I say.
That's good. Thank you, Madam Mayor.
Madam President.
Madam Mayor President.
We need to make her mayor of Prince George's County. They just need to have she really pro temp.
No, I'm the mayor of Sisters for Sisters Network Incorporated.
Okay. We appoint you for whatever you need to do. But speaking of such, there's a lot going on politically as well. And we've got the Congressional Black Caucus is in for this whole weekend. I know a lot of people are there. It's so awesome. This is the 52nd annual. Yeah, because it's been in existence, establishment since 1971.
Wow.
Yeah, there you go. Established since 1971. And so anybody of all communities, all cultures of this community should be able to attend. Today I think they had a breakfast. We're going to have two of our sisters actually to come in shortly to talk about the Congressional Black Caucus. They've been there for the past few days. I want to hear from them, or we want to hear from them, what's going on, what's happening, how fun and how exciting, and a lot of networking, that goes on. Also, many wonderful speakers are there from all over the country. Our political representatives are there, that are part of what we're doing. I believe our vice president, she may be showing up or have been there already. And the president, I heard President Biden, I heard was going to be attending as well. So much excitement around this. They have a fashion show. They have a gala tonight. And it's so much excitement built around this because this is when we show out. You talking about Peggy, show out. Thank you, Dante. Show up and show off. But this is where they do it at. You got to come and be ready. You got to be sincere. You got to come ready to move it in the shakers.
Mm-hmm. Let me tell you, Dr. Reverend George sent me the agenda. Technology has set the stage and it's all electronic. I tell you, I took a look at that agenda and it just blew me away.
Oh my.
They have so much going on. It's amazing. It's amazing. You need to have the technology to really be able to broadcast, to allow everybody to have the opportunity to take a look at that agenda. So I'm sure Sharon will share a little bit more when she comes on.
Yeah, this is great because the Congressional Black Caucus, again, is established so that they can ensure that our African American communities can have the achievements that they need in every area.
Exactly. Have a voice.
Have a voice.
Yes.
Have a serious voice. And so this is the changes that we need. We are in some serious critical times, ladies and gentlemen.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We are in some serious critical times, and they come together to meet at the table to talk about what are we going to do as a people, especially our people, but we need people that have the same like minds, to help make a change, and that's what it's about. We got to make a change in this world, period. So yeah, the Congressional Black Caucus, we're going to hear from our sisters shortly. They want to bring Sharon, and hopefully we have Florence to come on as well, yeah, to talk about briefly what's going on with that. But in the meantime, Kathy, what's up in your world, girl?
Well, I'm glad you asked that. So much is going on. I'm just working on my event coming up on November 4th. Actually, September is National Alzheimer's Month. But my focus is, well, Alzheimer's is a disease. My focus is dementia. So working on my event November 4th, shining the light on dementia with seniors and friends social. We have a speaker that's an expert on dementia, and for question and answer. And I also have a team from NIH that will come out and provide resources. Yes, for dementia. That's a really big in our community. As in Prince George's County, 16% of the 65-year-old residents have dementia. Blacks are twice as more likely than any of the other population to have dementia. So making a difference in our community, my goal is to shine the light on it so people will know more about it and how to handle it.
That's awesome. Applaud you for that, Kathy. That is so wonderful, because that's a serious situation, talking about dementia and everything. And we pray that none of us or any of our family members, will experience that. And we had you on, I think, was it doing a health segment, health and wealth, talking about that? Yeah. So we got to keep that, in terms of communicating about that. Yeah, because we're not talking about our health in a lot of areas. There's more to it than the normal things that we would think about. But when it gets to that part, there is a lot of education that's needed to help prevent it. We could talk about the prevention of it.
Yes, and also in December, I'm part of we should have a premiere of a movie entitled The Christmas Room, and that is the focus there on a family who's dealing with a family member that has dementia.
Wow. Beautiful.
That is beautiful. We got to talk about that some more when the time permits. But, ladies, when we talk about what's happening with the CBC, this is such an interesting time right now because we're talking about the government shutdown.
Yeah.
And this is interesting in itself. During this time, they're talking about the government shutdown. This is something that, we've lived through this, a couple of years ago, 2019. And then we get ready to possibly. Charlene, what are your thoughts on this government possible shutdown?
Well, I think history always repeats itself. I don't know why we're surprised that we have a government shutdown during a presidential election year. It is 2023, 2024 is our, it's time for us to think about voting for our next president. And what that means is that when you have Republicans and Democrats warring, against one another for that next seat, they're like, hey, let's talk about some budgeting. Let's talk about raising taxes. Let's talk about decreasing taxes. Let's talk about what the people want. And the only way to do that is there has to be some controversial. So I'm just saying it in a kindergarten way, a K-5 way for the people to understand this happens. History repeats itself. This is a process. This is a system in which both sides practice. Shut down the government because we need the spending, we need the money, we need to prove to the other side that we are actually going to do what they ask us to do. After you've been in the office for freaking 4 years and you decide you want to really do it so you can be reelected, so you could be considered for the new senator of that county, state, federal, whatever that is, or even the president of the United States. So, and it hurts us, the people, but we don't. If you understand politics, whether it's local or federal, you understand that you have a right to vote them in and out and hold them accountable before you get to this next 4 years. Hold them accountable every single week, every single day, every single month. And that's what Sister for Sisters Network does when we have some of our own sisters that are a part of, the Senate and, the state, right? And they come and have a check-in with us, but we love them, not because they do what we tell them to do, because they truly mean what they say. How many people can say that they're a part of an organization that they know exactly who their sisters are, and we can do a report card on them to say they have done it? They're
Exactly.
not watching us. They're not telling us, look at me, I'm so cute, and I really am going to get you money for domestic violence, Wyoming, right? So that's not how it works. No, do your job. So yeah, I just think the government shutdown is inevitable. It's going to happen.
It's going to happen. But you know what? I just think as far as the government shutdown is concerned, as far as politics, you know, the American people need a break. You have COVID resurfacing, you have these murders, you have unrest, and then here it is, people have another stressor of how, you know, if it's a shutdown. If I'm not essential, how am I going to eat? Where am I going to get my money?
They don't care. That's good.
No, they don't care.
They don't care. And that's on both sides. That's why I hold them accountable, because they're not thinking about the average people like you and I.
No,
I don't care if I'm middle class. I don't care. I'm a working class to me. I don't care.
When was it that we had the shutdown, the last shutdown? Was it in
2019?
2019, that's what I thought, yeah.
But even before, sometimes when we didn't have the shutdown, just the idea that it was, you know, okay, shutdown averted, but still that puts people on edge. People are already enough on edge as it is with everything going on.
Yeah,
exactly.
true.
We're already still in debt from the COVID.
Absolutely.
Spending, you know, from BG&E, Pepco, wherever that bill might be, car payments, because we were just trying to keep up, taking out extra loans. Let's have real talk, because we didn't know how we were going to make it. I mean, many of us didn't get food stamps, but think about the people that were getting food stamps because they were like, I had to get food stamps because I don't have a job. I'm not an essential worker, so I had to go apply for social services or whatever. Now they're going to be back on these food stamps, but then they're going to tell me you can't get any food stamps. We don't have any resources for you.
Well, personally, I feel my feelings about this is nothing but a setup. Okay,
all day long.
This has already been set up way long time ago for this to happen.
Yeah.
And we're going into the fiscal year, which starts next month. So everything is surrounding about money, politics, and we already know, like you said, Charlene, people, hey, people, vote here. People, hello, people, go vote. Dante, you got it up there? Let's go vote. Let's vote. This vote. We got to vote, people. We're going to be putting this up here every show. We got to vote. And thanks, Dante. And then what we're going to do, Peggy, I want us to get some of our representatives on this platform throughout the segment of from now for starting next month, and schedule it out, because we know that the election is coming.
Yes.
So we got to have our constituents up on this platform, because they got to educate us, tell us what's going on, what do we need to do to help make things move.
There's no hope if we don't vote.
Well, let me share with you. I've already had a conversation.
I like that.
I already had a conversation with Delegate Jamila Woods and also Delegate Kim Taylor, that we must have a conversation before they go down to Annapolis in January. Okay, because we need to know the issues and concerns so that we can support them. That's the only way we're going to be able to do this. We got to know the issues. I apologize for Molly. Molly's a little upset. You hear about
he don't see Bill. He doesn't see Bill. He's like, where my daddy? But no, definitely we're going to schedule that out. But in the meantime, let's get in our two sisters, because we're talking about Congressional Black Caucus. We're talking about the government shutdown. We're talking about what's going on relative to our people in the communities, that we need to have some updates. And so maybe Sharon, and I don't know if Florence is on, but is Sharon back there? We can bring Sharon in. What's up, Sharon? Is Sharon there?
Hey, Sharon.
Hey, Sharon. You got to come off mute, baby. You got to come off mute. You have to come off of mute.
You're on mute, Sharon.
Can't hear you.
Okay.
She's just a talker.
Hi, Sharon.
What's up, beautiful?
Hi. Look, if I look like I just woke up, I did.
You been partying, girl. Look, they already know. Look, let's say this. CBC stands for Congressional Party.
Celebration.
Congressional Party celebration.
Yeah.
Don't even think about sleep, because there is none. If you're going to try to keep up, don't think about sleep. It's none.
Hey, girl.
But it's been all good. Unfortunately, unfortunately, and fortunately, Florence could not join us because she's at the breakfast still.
They still having the breakfasts going on?
Girl, that breakfast is like church there.
Well, that's true.
We went last year. It was amazing, amazing. All of the events are just off the chain because it's gonna be, everything is first class. All the congressmen want to outdo each other, so every is. Last night I attended a reception with Congressman Payne, Donald Payne of New Jersey. Station, Doogie Fresh, all the way live. Doogie Fresh was there, so partied like it's 1999. You know how that goes. But the main thing with the caucus is being able to connect with so many people from so many different walks of life and from so many parts of the country. So it was just an amazing experience, as it is always. Florence and I was fortunate to be in the author circle where we were able to display our book and promote our book, and was invited to several podcasts that was also throughout the conference, the exhibit area. They had several different podcast companies there. Their exhibitors galore. Whatever your heart's desire is there, and you still have just a few more minutes to go there to actually see the podcast, to see the exhibitors today until 1 p.m. I got a red signal and my phone is low. I cannot believe it. I charged it, y'all. I don't know what happened.
Well, we're not going to hold you any longer because now you have an event coming up. They have to be there for, I think, about 1 o'clock. So you shared so much. And do you know who the main speaker is? Because I wanted to know who the main speaker is. I thought I saw that written, but I can.
It must be the biggest secret, best kept secret, because that is the last thing that I have been trying to find out who's speaking, because the Phoenix Awards, that's the big major event. Awards. Yes, that is the place to be. But unfortunately,
because I heard the vice president, she was going to be there. Maybe she's there for the breakfast. And
I heard Kamala Harris, and I also heard Biden. So,
Biden was coming, absolutely.
Was the governor of Maryland there?
I didn't.
I think he is there.
Westmore.
Yeah, he's been doing a lot of representing.
The
state.
Everybody that's anybody was there. Okay.
Oh no, I understand.
You're there, Sharon. So that's all that counts. You're there.
So look.
Sometimes when you have a booth, you're sort of isolated. So I see as much as what's really going on, especially with all of the, the meetings, the workshops, because there were so many of them. And just like when we go to the PNC, when we have a booth, we're sort of stuck at a booth, if you will, versus being able to go to all the workshops. So it was similar kind of situation. Larger. And that, by the way, I did see Brother George.
You did.
Oh, good. I thought I saw you all take a picture with him. I'm not sure if I saw that.
We did. It was another event that was at the Marriott Marquis last night. I believe it was called the National Executive Awards, or I'm getting all tongue-tied because I'm trying to remember everything in this short period of time to let you know what's going on. But if you can get there, go there. It's still a lot going on. Even tomorrow, there's actually a boat ride. Congressman Payne is doing another boat ride. I hear he has the best.
They do it up. They live it up. I just saw someone on here say the CBC give the best shows. And so they have it going on. So lastly, before we let you go, I want to cut you off before your phone cuts off. How well did you and Florence do with the book sales and all the promotion?
I don't have any books left. We did amazing.
Yay!
Awesome, because I have, the only one I have left is the one I got to mail to someone.
That's so good.
Good job, Sharon. Good
job, girl. Well, thank you so much for coming on, sharing, Sharon, everything that you could tell us about the CBC. Well, hopefully we can get down there. Maybe come on, Charlene. Let's come on, pick me up, girl, on that ride. Let's go on down there. Let's do what we got to do, girl.
The biggest challenge you have is parking.
Oh God, yes, that's the only thing, is
We'll
parking.
have
But
to get a black car or something. How about that?
Oh, black card. There is a black party tonight as well. That's at the Hamilton Hotel. So that it's so much going on. You can't, it's hard to keep
You're
up.
just in heaven, aren't you? Sharon, you're in heaven. This is
Oh.
what you've been waiting on all summer long. The biggest party of the year.
We can't attend all this stuff. We about to fall out.
you're not as young as we used to be, girl. We hanging out partying all night.
The other night we're going to this and this one. Guess how many we made?
One.
Only one? Girl, I'll be trying to get at least before end.
Down at the wharf, that was off the chain. So everything. I mean,
Everything.
first class. So whatever you go to, you will not be disappointed.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely. Well, we're gonna see what we can do. We're not making any promises, but we are definitely there in spirit. Thank you, Sharon.
Thanks, Sharon.
Okay, sweetheart.
Hour for brunch. That's from 1 to 3. Gotta go.
Okay. Bye. Have fun.
Hey, why?
Awesome. Yeah.
Let me shout out some of the sisters that are tuning in.
Sure.
Let's thank Terry Tabor, Dr. Deborah Cox, Connie Smith, Marion Thomas, Cynthia Kelly, Donna Jackson.
All
They
right.
tuning in and watching for Sister Laura.
Hey, everybody.
Good afternoon.
Yay.
Hey. Thanks for hanging in there with us. We love
Yes,
it. Tell
thank
some
you,
people,
thank you.
share. Like. Love us. Show some hearts, man, because we really, moving here because, a lot is going on and we always want you all to be a part of it. And we help you all to help us to get the word out. There's no hope if we don't vote. You're absolutely right. Love it. Yep. The statement is true. We gotta, keep hope alive, but that's just not a cliche. That is so true.
It is.
To what we're saying. Yeah. Hey, Charlene, did you go to New York Fashion Week? Because I know I see you all fashioned up. Every time I see you open, look, I click on my phone fast. There goes Charlene. Pop! She on something else. She is something else.
Honestly, no, I haven't been. I want to go to New York. Matter of fact, we need to do a girls trip to New York to see Michael Jackson and also Fantasia for Color Purple. We need to do a girls trip.
Yes,
that's a conversation. I'm ready.
Well, Michael Jackson's show is coming to the National in August here in DC.
Oh, really?
MJ.
So I won't have to go to New York.
Yeah, they're gonna. Okay, cool.
Because it's here in DC now. I mean, well, in August it's coming.
It's coming. I wonder if they're gonna be with Miles, the original one, because he's in London now. No, he's in London.
The one in New York is not with the original either. I know, right? You missed him. So,
thanks, Madeline, for joining us.
I heard it was really good. I heard it was still a really good show, and it's coming here in August at the National. So you could always go there too. Here.
Well, that's her birthday.
Deborah said, "Count her in."
We're gonna be making it happen. We got to get out of just have some fun.
But I was gonna say, I went to New York last week at the end of Fashion Week, and I took this tour on a bus called Tea Around Town, and that's a really nice trip. You get on a pretty bus, and they sing to you. They show you sights of New York, and it's just a beautiful time. So if y'all ever want to do a girls trip, I suggest that too.
I just want to do that, Kathy. Yes, the tea bus, and they have a little teas there too. Oh, I want to do that.
Teas, and they have finger sandwiches and crumpets, scones, and things like that. It's so beautiful. They decorate it so lovely, and the staff is just so nice and so lovely. And it was a lovely tea in the afternoon in New York City.
Aww.
Beautiful, Kathy.
My hometown. That's my birthplace, New York. So, I gotta go back home. It's always time I gotta go back home. It's beautiful. And it's changed so much. New York has just really changed. So we're gonna make that happen, Charlene. We gotta get together and do a girls trip. Okay. So let's see what's happening in some birthdays. Any birthdays?
Oh man. I tell you, we have some sisters that were definitely born in September. Okay.
There's so many people born in September. Like, what happened? Look, during the winter time, their parents was getting it in, weren't they?
They went to the
9 months back.
Happy birthday to you.
Oh my goodness. Let me shout them out. Shanta Ball, Cheryl Washington, Dr. Deborah Cox, Angela James, Natasha Pollard, my sister Connie Bell Smith celebrated on the 9th. Leslie Hamilton, Stephanie Flood, Linda Shaw,
Wow.
Nicole King Campbell, and Denise Padaway. I mean, that's just only in the network. Okay.
Wow.
Happy
Girl,
birthday,
look.
my sisters.
Happy
Happy
birthday,
birthday.
birthday.
Donna Jackson. All of her grands are born in September. I hear you, honey. I have a lot of family members as well who celebrate their birthday almost a whole week
Yeah,
together.
your
One
mommy's birthday
and
is,
my mommy
yeah.
birthday was
Mhm.
last Saturday. That's Friday, and it's she been partying, honey, ever since last Friday, and been showing so much love. And we had
Uh,
her Queen Mary Stature honor on Monday, and
yes.
so many people zoomed in and gave her so much love and just really gave her kudos that she so well deserves her 86th birthday. So
Wow.
we still
Beautiful.
celebrate you, mommy, and all those who came and attended. Thank you so much for showing love. But happy birthday to all of those who are what I think this is Virgo. Now we're in Libra month, getting into Libra, but we still celebrate all of those who are still celebrating their birthdays. Yeah, absolutely.
Mhm.
Wow. Thank you, Dee. So we have some hot picks. What's happening in our world, in the community? Because there's some things happening,
Yeah, some good stuff.
some good stuff
Yeah.
is happening, and we're going to be getting into those conversations as some of these things are going on.
Hmm.
But yeah, so what's going on with our hot pick stuff, Jay? Okay, this is the National Domestic Violence Rally. Oh, this is the first one we want to talk about. Absolutely, this is something that we had Ty on about a couple of weeks ago,
Yeah.
Kathy, and this is her event. Did you want to say something about this event, Kathy?
Yeah, I just want to say that this is her second or third year doing the It's a Purple Affair. It's in honor of her mother who died at 45 years old from multiple stab wounds as part of being a domestic violence situation. So what she's doing is she's going to have a storytelling, live food, and she's going to have the survivors talk about their experience. Also, I really love this at 4:30, a butterfly release for all of the domestic violence victims, and also for all the people that we lost through COVID and other means. She's just going to send that out. I love that. So it's going to
That's
be
beautiful.
October 1st. Yeah. October 1st from 4 to 8, and it's all in memory. And she's doing this because of her mom, for her mom.
And are you going to participate in some way?
Yes, myself and Cassandra Grant, we are going to be reenacting a skit on domestic violence and how to escape.
That should be really nice. Is there a fee for this?
Wonderful.
Yes, it's
I think
believe
it's
it's
$50.
$45, and then I guess it's $45, and I guess Eventbrite, it might add it up, make it a little bit higher, but that's the
Yeah,
initial cost,
yeah.
45. And if you're a vendor, it's $75 if you'd like to be a vendor.
Be a
And it's in
vendor.
Gambrills, Maryland, up in Crofton area.
Hmm.
Lovely space, beautiful space. So it's
Yeah,
going to be a lovely event.
yeah. This is going to be really nice. Thank you.
Thanks.
Our next one. Okay, God. Yeah, this is a National Domestic Violence Rally. It's coming up the week after the first of what Ty is giving. And this is one that's going to be given by Cynthia Hale. Actually, she's going to be our guest coming on shortly. She'll talk more about this. We will be participating in this National Domestic Violence Rally, which is going to be October the 6th. And again, she's going to be talking more about that shortly.
Yeah, this one here is scheduled for Saturday, October the 7th. And we're having Angel Stokes that will be on as our guest as well to talk about this event. We're excited because we're part of it. What can we say? We're definitely going to show up for this one.
Yes, this is
Mm-hmm.
going to be great as well.
Yeah.
And Angel will be explaining more about that shortly.
Exactly.
Yeah, definitely. This one out, the girl Lynn, who is in South Africa right now.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, she represents her culture, but she wants us to know that the 8th annual Pan-African Evening of Culture will be held October the 7th, which is a Saturday from 6 to 12. And this is an annual, of course, event. And you dress up in your African garb and you come together, you eat, you entertain, It's so many people to network with, so it's going to be fun. And of course, there's so much to do and talk about. Vendors that come that you can support your people at this event. And we have our lovely Juanita Brenton, as known, aka Busy Bee, is going to be there as a special guest. And our girl Renee, Dr. Renee Allen, is going to be the MC. And the artist, who's the artist that's playing the sax? Who's going to be there? And he's going to, I know his name, and it escapes me right now. But anyway, it's going to be a lot of entertainment. I think a lot of food and fashion. So, hey, come on. It's going to a lot going on that weekend, as a matter of fact. Seniors and Friends Social.
Yeah, that's mine. Yes,
Oh, okay.
I mentioned it. Yeah, it's November 4th, and it's at the Kappa Cultural Center. They're one of our sponsors, along with Sister for Sisters Network. It's going to be in Fort Washington. Yeah, 1900 Tucker Road. So I look forward to everybody coming out. We have a speaker, and we also have I'm going to have some lighthearted entertainment with a great comedian, Simply Shirley. And my mother had dementia. So I chose November 4th as the date to commemorate my mother's passing. So I would like for all of you all to come and get information and also have a nice time.
We will be in the house.
Yes,
all right.
ma'am.
Thank you.
Well, this is all good. Wonderful, wonderful. So, yes, now, this is a good one, Peggy. Well, our girl Florence wasn't able to come on because she's still at the breakfast at the CBC. But I think we can speak about this on
I hope she's trying to sell some raffle tickets there. Sell some tickets for this event while she at the CBC, okay?
Yeah.
Make your time useful, right? Make your time useful. Right?
I'm sure she is networking all that she can.
You know, Florence, she is working the room, okay?
Yeah. So this is her 5K walk.
Yeah, it's scheduled Saturday, September the 30th, which is Saturday coming up, next Saturday. And it's going to be at Allen Pond Park. It's a really, really nice park over in Boyd, Maryland. The proceeds are going to help Open My Heart Foundation. So we're asking, actually, we have two events. We actually have a youth summit at Duval High School the same day. So we're trying to split the membership, asking some of the sisters to go to support Florence on the 5K walk, and then come out to Duval High School to support our youth summit. That's going to lead into our scholarship fair coming up October 27th and 28th, one in Baltimore, and then the other one on the 28th will be here in Prince George's County at First Baptist Church of Holland Park.
Good stuff.
And also, I'd like for all of us to congratulate Florence for her work in the community. Yes. On Wednesday, she received an award from the Coalition for African Americans in the Performing Arts for all that she does in community with the organization Open My Heart Foundation.
Yes, kudos.
Great. Kudos to her. Yes, she's a busy woman. Yes. All a part of the Sister for Sisters Network, ladies and gentlemen.
We represent.
This is one of the busiest organizations of sisters I have ever seen. But it's all good. So speaking of busy, speaking of sisters and things that are going on, we want to bring in two lovely sisters who are going to be a part of an event coming up that we just showed you briefly ago. And they want to come on and share with you what's happening at this time. So can we bring in Cynthia and Angel? Come on in, Angel. Come on in there.
There they are.
What's up, ladies? How y'all doing?
Yeah. Hello.
Hello.
Welcome.
Hello.
Hello. Well, we are so excited that you all ladies had take your time out to come and talk to us about what's happening, what's going on. Both of you all are doing some great things and in the movement of what's happening and sending out a message on domestic violence. You all know out there that every Saturday of every month, 4SistersLIVE, our platform is domestic violence. But we already know domestic violence is every day. But it so happens that we take time out in the month of October to bring awareness to it. And so we want to talk about what you all are doing in the month of October. So Angel meet Cynthia, Cynthia meet Angel.
Hello.
Because you all are doing some great work. And we thought it not robbery to have both of you all at the same time to speak of your event because it's happening at the same time, like close proximity of the date. So let's go with whose date comes up first. Let's go with Cynthia because your date is first, and then we'll go with Angel. Introduce yourself and tell us what's going on.
Well, hello, everybody. My name is Cynthia Pagan. I am the CEO of FFT Helping Others. I am also the CEO of FFT Helping Others Counseling LLC. I am a Global Goodwill Ambassador, a World Peace Ambassador. I'm an author. I am also the founder of the National Domestic Violence Rally. And the National Domestic Violence Rally happens every single year. We've been doing this for 5 years. And what we do is we stand in front of the Capitol. We stand for policies that affect domestic violence victims. And this year, we're actually walking from the Capitol Hill Seventh-day Adventist Church. We're thankful for that wonderful church that is letting us walk. And we stand in solidarity with many other organizations, nonprofits. We have also sororities, fraternities that are going to be walking with us. We have B6 Men's Group 108 organization, Pastor Troy Jones. We're going to have Pure Heart Ministries, which is Evangelist Patricia Fowler, and some other fraternities, Alpha, Beta, Kappa, and some other fraternities are going to be walking with us. We're so thankful that what we do is we're going to be walking to the Capitol and speaking about the issues that are going on with domestic violence victims and the issues that are pertaining to them as far as it goes with survivors and how they're not meeting the goals of being able to help victims and helps, as far as money goes to assist us. And also survivors, what they're dealing with, how can we help them? And there's going to be a lot of survivors, a lot of organizations speaking, survivors that are going to speak on behalf of what they've gone through, military victims like myself, who I was a military abuse spouse. And so that's a different animal. It's not like dealing on the behalf of, going out in citizenship. We were federal more. And so we're going to be talking about that. And, standing in front of the Capitol is something different. And so I'm so thankful for every single person that's going to be there. And standing in front of the Capitol, that's something really unique. I'm so thankful that Wyoming Parish is going to be there with us, and 4SistersLIVE kind of stands with us. And you guys are so amazing. But that's kind of the juice of it.
Thank you. We'll come back around to ask a question or two. Okay, Angel. Hello, my sister.
Hello, how's everybody doing?
Great. Good.
Well, I'm honored to be here. I'm Angel. I'm the owner of Wow That's It Detailing Supplies. A bit of history. We are the first car care product made by a woman to ever sell out the National Corvette Museum in Bowling Green, Kentucky.
All right.
And we're strongly integrated within the car, truck, and bike community. I'm a survivor or a thriver of domestic violence. So we wanted to make an impact in our own world. So we've invited car clubs, trucks, bikes, motorcycles to join us on Saturday, October the 7th at Weingarner Chevrolet in Fort Washington, Maryland. So we're going to have a meetup. We're going to have speakers. We're going to have resources there, different vendors, food, music. So the goal is to raise $5,000. Folks can register on Eventbrite ahead of time, but if they decide not to go on Eventbrite, they can Cash App. We are charging $25 in advance and $30 at the gate. All of the money goes to the 2 different domestic violence organizations. The first organizations, of course, is Sisters for Sisters Network Incorporated. When I met you guys a couple years ago, Peggy specifically, a couple years ago, I was impressed. We stayed on the phone literally, I think, 2 hours. And I was like, Peggy, I got to get to work. So not all of us are retired yet. So connecting with Peggy and then meeting a lot of your sisters really impressed me.
So you guys are an amazing group of entrepreneurs, and I do not give compliments easily. You proved yourself to me. That's why I'm working so hard for this check for you. And I know that you're going to do good in the community. The other half of the money that's raised is going to go to the Sexual Assault and Domestic Violence Center at United Medical Hospital in Largo, Maryland. So we're looking for everybody to come out, whether you're in a car club or not. It doesn't matter. Whether you're in a club or not, it doesn't matter. You can come solo or you can come with some friends.
Thank you, Angel. That sounds
Love
good.
it.
I think both of these events, and then take it away, Peg, in a second. But I was going to say, last year it rained us out.
Yeah.
And we weren't able to attend any of the events. Both of y'all had your events close together at the same time last year. So this year we pray that
we're going to have sun.
We're going to have sunshine, no rain, and we're going to have no rain dates or anything. So yeah, that's what I want to say. Go ahead, Peg. Go ahead, girl.
No, I just really want to thank these two young ladies for stepping up to the plate to help us continue to keep the light on this issue. We cannot walk away and think it's going to go away. It's not. I grew up in that environment. I know what it looks like. I know how it impacts our young babies. And so we got to stay alert and be there on the grounds. And Cynthia, you show up every time in DC to represent. And so that's why we are working very hard to show up to support you, and why she's in the mix of both of you two. Okay. She's showing up to support. And this is what I love. This is what Sisters for Sisters Network is about us coming together, pulling the resources together to support the cause.
Yeah. You want to say something about this one, Cynthia? This is your event, correct?
Yeah. So the reason why we do the National Domestic Violence Rally is because we see so much of the effect that's not just going around in just one state. We see the effects that are going around in every state, in every country, all around the world. And we don't do it just here in Washington, D.C. We do it everywhere. We do it in Sierra Leone. We do it in Uganda. We have domestic violence rallies all over the world. And we even have it in Australia. We have it in Puerto Rico. We have it in, like I said, Sierra Leone. We have it everywhere. And you can check online for domestic violence rallies that are going on in Illinois and Mississippi, everywhere. And we gather together to actually talk about these issues. I actually fly out to Illinois. I fly out to Wisconsin. I fly out to these areas. And we actually sit down and talk about how we can change the verbiage of why these issues, of why these representatives and senators do not understand why the problems of our state are not changing. And that's the problem that we are having. And so it's not just one day, it's not just 1 month. And, you know, it is what it says is that you are not walking alone. We're walking with you. You know, we're walking alongside you. And that's why I said, you know, a lot of people feel like they're walking alone. When I was in a shelter, I felt like I was walking alone. You know, we felt like we're alone. We have like no one with us, you know, I felt alone. And that's why a lot of them feel like no one's there. No one's talking to me. What effects are going alongside of us? You know, depression, anxiety, all of these issues. And it's not just one problem of monetarily, you know, monetary problems. It's psychological. It's an oppression, and we really have to break these problems that are going on in our society. And the problem is that we don't talk about it. We really don't. So that's why we have to start changing the gender issues, even with our problems with our men, because we don't talk about men being domestically abused.
That is true.
We don't even talk about that.
That is true, because it's not just one-sided.
Yeah,
there
we
are
don't talk about it.
percentages
We
and
need
the
to start being
status.
transparent. Let's be
Yes,
transparent.
absolutely.
We don't
That's
talk, and
absolutely.
many senators don't want to talk about that. They're like, "What, men?" I'm like,
Well, you
"Yes,
never know what they're doing, and they don't want to
That's
shed
right.
light on it because they could
yes,
be doing it
That's
behind
right.
closed doors
Exactly.
secretly. You
yeah,
know what I mean? And then
Yeah.
yeah,
I want to say something quickly before we get back to Angel, and she can share her event as well. How is this effective in the business atmosphere? Because this is our entrepreneur segment today, and we
yeah,
can't escape that it's just happening in the home, but it does happen in the business on a
yeah,
site as well.
yeah."
You want to speak to that, or anybody can speak to
Yeah, I do. Actually, there was a study that was done, and I'm big about study psychological issues. So there was a research that was actually done, and they said that about 500 women in one research said that intimate partner violence and abuse actually it's routinely affects women in the workforce. And so, what is the example of abuse can take? Intimate partner violence can affect women so intensely, and even men. What they do is they interrupt the problems in the workforce. They take their keys. They disrupt by saying, "Oh no, you have to stay with the children." They call the workforce all the time. They abuse, even tell that they can even go to the workforce and even make problems by causing problems in actually inside their businesses. They cause, they even abuse them close to the business by pushing them, absentee problems. The woman is even dismissed. And these are problems that cause the principal issue and the trauma for many men and many women. That's a psychological safety problem for many of the workers that are going through abuse within the workforce. And
Yeah.
so there needs to be a supportive and workplace within the policies, within the practices of the safety within our workforce. And that's where SHASMA, which is the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Association, comes in. Yeah, and so if you guys want to actually look for it, you can go online. You can look at SHASMA, which is SAHMSA, and you can look at those policies that actually go into the macro indicators of economical certainties and predictors that workers and policymakers within workmen's and those employers can assist many of those gaps that many women and men can help many of the workers within the workforce.
Cool.
Yeah.
So we know that you're going to be your, boots on the ground, marching on October the 6th. We're going to march from the Capitol Hill Church, and going to march from there. We will be there and going to march to the Capitol, on the steps of the Capitol.
Yes.
And then we're going to make sure that we're going to rally and make a statement and make our voices heard and known by just being a part of what you're going to be doing. Thank you so much, Cynthia, for all that you're doing. Angel, what's happening, girl? We want to see your event. Your flyer is coming up. Can you speak on this as well?
Sure. Well, we just spoke on it, but we'll go through it. Okay, so as a wrap up, we are going to create some aha moments at this car, truck, and bike meetup. Aha moments meaning it's not just going to be giving of information and exchanging of things. I'm looking to see some light bulbs go off, because in that arena, there's going to be some domestic violence perpetrators and some domestic violence victims. So I want to assure that we can gently tap a shoulder and just to get people to think about what they're doing. Just think about what you're doing and the impact that it's making on everybody, not just you and your spouse, but it's making an impact on your kids, on our society.
Yes.
So that's the that's the overall goal. Let's create some aha moments, so that people can actually drive home and take this in, and then change their behavior.
And change the mindset.
Yeah, change the mindset, change the behavior. And I have a few speakers that are women, but I also have a gentleman that's going to step up for us and speak. I don't typically see men step up. Although we've been sharing this event over the past year, I've gotten so many men that have opened up to me and expressed how they've been victims of domestic violence.
Yeah.
And then the gentleman who owns a detailing company, he's actually told me, hey, I'll speak. I said, do you mind sharing your story? He said, yes, I'll speak up. I said, thank you.
Beautiful.
Yeah. I had a number of men express to me things that happened to them when they were living at, it's not a monastery, but it was like Catholics and priests and nuns ran it, and a boarding school. And he was molested by a nun.
Oh,
and
wow.
when he shared that with me, and this gentleman's got to be 75 years old. So when he shared that with me, he actually shared it with me after the interview. We interviewed different presidents and of different clubs that are going to be supporting us in this. And after the interview and the camera was off, he shared some personal experiences, and my chest just hurt. It was difficult to hear. And I'm really glad that so many men are going to step up and help us out.
Yeah, that's good to know. It's an eye opener to hear how men also suffer in a domestic violence situation, or how they were abused.
Yeah.
Sexually or otherwise, when they were coming up. I hear a lot of those stories. I've heard a lot of stories. I know some of my male friends have been abused when they were younger, maybe by an uncle, by a neighbor, by the babysitter. Things of that nature. So it's really hard for them. So as they grow up, those things affect them psychologically.
Oh, yes. No doubt about it.
Yeah, so Peggy, you take us out, girl. We're going to thank you, ladies, for coming on and being a part of our show today.
Yeah, I'm so excited, and I definitely look forward to 6th and 7th of October.
Yes,
we have roughly close to 30 of the sisters that are going to be showing up to represent Sister for Sisters Network. So if you see us with a purple T-shirt on, that's us.
I really appreciate.
Kathy, did you have anything you wanted to say before?
I was going to say the time went so quickly.
I know.
Hey, it's effective, and it's all good because we had a lot of information that they shared today, and we want everybody to come out. Charlene, do you have any last things you want to ask questions?
Oh no, I think it is good for us to be educated and understand how domestic violence can affect all areas of our life. And I thought it was very interesting that we talked about how it does when we're at work and in business. I mean, it really does play a big part. And to hear about the men who are still being abused, even in their late 30s, 40s, 50s, by women, because it started early in some of the schools or, babysitting situations. So we got a lot of information that we need to just keep at the top of our forehead and kind of look like, what are we introducing to our kids, and how we're not protecting even our boys, just like our girls, like having that conversation. So this has been really insightful. So I look forward to helping support you guys this month, next month during Domestic Violence Awareness Month. So thank you.
Absolutely.
And why I love seeing them come back on your segment.
Yes, that's what I was going to say. We got to come back. Yes, I was just getting ready to say the same thing. So we're going to have you ladies to come back. We're going to have another discussion on the other side of what has happened or is going to be happening, and share with those that was there and those that weren't there. But we want to let them know that you all are really doing a fantastic job, and we thank you because you're not alone.
That's right.
Thank you.
Not alone. So thank you guys and for coming. And you have a great day, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
Hey, bye. Bye.
Bye-bye. That was awesome. So next week we have a 5th week is our youth segment. I don't know what Dante has going on. If we're going to check. What you going to say, Charlene?
You're muted,
Can't hear
Charlene.
you.
Oh, I'm muted. I was like, I don't know. Maybe they'll do a video of some of the.
We got to do something. The hip hop, the 50th hip hop. We celebrate the 50th year hip hop. I'll go with Dante can bring on. He can share how he want to do it next week. So we're going to be here to support him. But thank you, Kathy, for always
Thank you, Kathy.
with us. You're
my pleasure. I love coming here.
Yeah, I know, and supporting and promoting and all that you do for us. So we love you. And we'll see you again soon. And Charlene, you continue to go out there and do your thing, girl. Be safe driving in this rain, okay? Peggy, you go take care of Molly. And I'm going to get me some lunch because I was hungry. So I love you ladies so much. And we had a wonderful time. And speaking of time, what time is it?
It's time for you to walk in your purpose and prosperity.
Thank you all for watching. We see you next week. We out.
Okay, bye everyone. Thanks for having me. Yes.
Bye,
Enjoy.